gonna do with the time you got left, homie? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna keep going down the same track that you've been on your whole life? Even though your current situation you're no longer satisfied in, you feel you reach a crossroads, a dead-end street. It's time to find a way out of the old mentality. You know what I'm saying? Drug, alcohol, cigarette abuse, that's all bad for your health, homie. You ain't hurting nobody but yourself. We can have anything we want. That's why growing up as a kid, they always asked you what you want to be when you grow up. And it seemed like everybody knew what they wanted to do. You know, you had a passion, you say, I want to be this, I want to be that, and you pursued it, you know? But being an adult is no different. You're gonna have to really bust yourself out here, man. You know, until you've got nothing left, you gotta die out here on these streets for what you want. Ain't nothing gonna be handed to you. You gotta take that by force. Sometimes that comes in the form of going back to school, educating your mind, networking with the right individuals. All you boys that want to stay inside and like a hermit inside closed doors, you ain't gonna get nothing accomplished like that, homie. Boys that refuse to network and reach out to other individuals that can possibly help you to obtain that what you want. You're gonna have to break out of that nutshell, homie. Step out here into the real streets and get something done out here, bro. You know, Jaime G, I'm out here for y'all, bro. Networking, collaboration, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect your dreams to fall on your lap. You gotta pursue it and chase it till it becomes yours, bro. Hustle hard until you get that what you're trying to seek, man. You can have anything out here on these streets, man. Anything out here in the world, you can be what you want to be. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna come down to you and what you're willing to do to obtain it. I'm gonna kick it back a little, rewind the tape. I've mentioned this before in prior videos, like I went to college to pursue a welding degree and I was very successful at it. The education that I received, that I got, put me on the path to success in that career. The career path that I chose, I was set in stone. And I can jump back in it at any given time, much like the streets. All the years that I invested into the streets, hitting licks, selling dope, gangbanging, I did all of that. I jump back into the streets whenever I want to pick up where I left off, bro. But you see, there's two things that I learned about being in the streets and working in a job that I absolutely hated. They steal my freedom. The streets, though I love doing all of this criminal stuff that I was into, I was always getting arrested. You get popped, that's the name of the game, you know. You're gonna wind up in handcuffs, thrown into a jail, into a prison. So that's exactly why I had to switch up the game and find something to get me out of that. I went to school, I got my associate's degree in welding. I was a welder, I was out here in different companies. I used to even work in this building right here, man, a long time ago. The shittiest job I ever got, bro. When I first got out the joint, that was my first job right here. And I worked there for $7.25 an hour, bro. I had to supply my own tools, which was like $500 worth of tools that I needed. You know, they didn't replace anything when it broke down. They work you like a dog, like a slave. You know, I'd come home all broken and just dripping in oil and grease and rust and dirt. You know, I got fired for getting in a little scuffle with the manager. You know, me and the manager had a little fallout and got into some words. I ended up getting fired, but that was the blessing in disguise, you know, because I probably would have never quit this crummy job. Because it's just like, that's what I noticed on a lot of jobs. If I wouldn't have got fired, I probably still would have been stuck in those dead-end jobs, you know. Most of the jobs I've had, I got fired from. So it's like all of these jobs steal my passion, my freedom, you know. Because out here in society, let's just cut to the chase and keep it 1,000. You're going to have to make currency. You're going to have to make money to take care of yourself. So you can feed yourself, clothe yourself, you know what I'm saying, have a crib for yourself. If you want some wheels, you want to get around, you're going to have a car, you know. So you have to do something to get money, bro. You know, even pastors at the church, you know, congregations of the church, they're collecting that tithe of 10%. You know, so everybody out here making a dollar, homie. You look at the homeless people, they're panhandling on streets with signs asking for money. They hustling, man. So everybody out here, we stuck on the grind. Whether we like it or not, we're gonna have to do something for this money, bro. There's just no way around it. So you could either get your money doing what you love to do, what you absolutely are on fire about. Like, man, I could do this for the rest of my life. And matter of fact, I'd probably do it for free if I had the money. Do this as like a volunteer charity work, you know? So if you can put yourself in a position to do what you love to do and make a killing out of that, that's real success. That's what life is all about. That's each and every one of yours responsibility to find out what it is you want to do, get into position so you can do that for the rest of your life, making a killing and retire off of that. Not, oh, well, let me get into this job because I need to pay my bills and get stuck there the rest. You should be using those type of jobs as stepping stones to get into higher positions. You know, jumping around from leaf to leaf. So, I mean, I see this a lot out here in the community. I see a lot of this out here in the society in general. Percent of everybody that's out here stuck on the grind, like in the same mentality, bro. So I encourage each and every one of you, man. You have gifts, you have talents, you have abilities. Utilize all of that. You know, make a difference, impact the world in a positive way. All my homies out there still stuck in the grind, still stuck in the trap. Hey, bro, I'm gonna say a prayer for you, man. I want you all boys out of there. It's 2019. It's time to get right with Christ. You know what I'm saying? The old way wasn't working, like Tupac said. You know, it's on us to do what we got to do to survive. It's time to renew our minds and start all over. We just had it all messed up in the streets. You know, 80s, 90s, 2000 babies. We had it all wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? Selling dope, hitting licks, gang banging, living a criminal lifestyle. None of that stuff was meant to last forever, bro. There's no 401k retirement plan when you're running the streets, bro. You know, I gave my all to the streets and I ain't get shit in return. And I ain't about to come out here on the video and start stunning and fronting like I did, homie. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this, bro. There's a way out for each and every one of you. You don't have to keep going down the path that you was in. If I can get out, you can get out. All right? So it's a lame ass excuse to say, well, I was raised wrong, you know what I mean? I'm messed up in the head, I can't change, bro. You know, people won't accept people like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gangster. Hey, bro, that's some wankster shit to say, homie. Get out here, we're gonna go through struggles, all right? If you establish yourself as a criminal, as a gangster, as a hustler, as a hoodlum, as a riffraff, you know, it's gonna take a while for you to establish yourself as a decent stand-up individual. So don't expect for everybody to get with the movement that just because you got a job for a few weeks or whatever. You know, you're gonna have to rebuild your reputation. You've been working your whole life to ruin your reputation. It's gonna take a little bit to reestablish it, man. All right, so you're gonna have to endure hardship. You're gonna have to suffer a little bit. It's gonna cost you sweat, blood, and tears out here, man, to reestablish yourself. You know, but it can be done. You know, I'm living and walking proof, homie, that my felonies wasn't gonna hold me back, you know, from getting opportunities. I stand in front of you today, a 3-time convicted felon, homie. I've been to the state pen, I've been to the federal penitentiary 2 different times. You know, I'm still out here in the streets. It's my 8th year out, and the struggle continues, homie. Am I rich? Absolutely not. You know, I'm still out here in the gutter, homie. The only difference is this. I'm not poisoning the community no longer, bro. And that's not something that's ever gonna change, and I'm not backsliding to that mind frame ever again, homie. I lost too much. I lost everything out here in the streets, dog. Bro, because you're not willing to do what it takes to overcome certain obstacles in your life to obtain that, to get to their place. Like Tupac even said this, man. Busting shots, you know, anything it takes to switch places with the busters on top. We gotta switch places with these guys up there, man. Whatever it is you gotta do, I suggest you, I encourage you to get out there and do that, homie. I know there's a lot of people out there hurting. I know a lot of y'all watching this video probably hurting too. And then I know some of y'all ain't hurting at all. Y'all probably laughing at everything I gotta say. But I'm gonna tell you this, homie. You keep laughing while I climb up that ladder, bro. Cause best believe I'm gonna get to where I need to get. Before I die, I'm gonna see all my goals accomplished, bro. There ain't no surrender out here, man. I've always been a risk taker my whole life. And I'll be damned if I stop today. For any one of you, looking back, by the grace of God, was renewed, my mind transformed, homie. A whole new vision in life, where we don't have to keep struggling and going in and out of prison, you know, in and out of jail. It's like a revolving door, bro. Just in and out, in and out. That ain't no way for a grown man to live, bro. Or a grown woman for that too. I know some of y'all ladies out there been to the joint a few times themselves. So with all that said, homie, may the Lord show favor in every single one of y'all's life. Peace and mercy be upon you.